every once in a while, I swear, kids look at me and go, "Who is that guy and why is he wearing a dress?" Well, I want you to picture this. Picture a preacher in a $900 black suit with a large gold diamond ring and a Rolex watch, beams out at you from the television set. He says, God wants you to succeed. God wants you to do well and be comfortable. God wants you to have all the good things of life. And the camera moves in and for a close-up shot. And softly he says, pray to God for success. God will answer. God will give you all the good things of life. And the music swells in the background as the picture fades from the screen. Now picture this. On the dusty back roads of Palestine, a carpenter's son walks on towards the next village with his ragtag band of followers. Most of them still have this aroma of fish around them. As they walk, the leader talks to them, talks to his disciples about what their mission is. He says, deny yourself, take up your cross, and follow me. And the followers look at each other in concern. What does that mean? Where is he taking us? You see, I think in recent years, there has been several attempts at costless Christianity. By that I mean a religion that makes no demands on us and encourages us to just this kind of easy kind of faith. It's the gospel of feeling good. It says things like, God wants you to be successful. And that usually always means financial success. God wants you to get ahead in this world because wealth is a sign of God's blessing for you. Part of this theology is to be happy no matter what. Don't worry. Be happy. We have seen religious leaders on television who blatantly flaunt excessive lifestyles and encourage others to do the same thing. Though I must admit, it seems this is finally starting to taper off a little bit. Maybe the bankruptcy of this religion is finally becoming apparent. And I think that's because when we really care about something, it makes demands on us. If we really care about something, whether it is family, our job, or our health, whatever it is, we are willing to sacrifice for it. We support it, we allow it to make demands on us. Now, I do not propose, ever, that we have to pay for our salvation. We do not. That is entirely and totally a gift given to us by the death and resurrection of God's only Son. But if we are to take our faith seriously, then it will have an effect on us. Faith in Jesus Christ makes demands of us. It will change our lives. It will mean a sacrifice. Ultimately, this faith will cost us in lots of different ways. It will have an effect on us if our faith really matters to us. And that really is true of all things that matter to us. Imagine talking to a couple who are about to get married and saying, go ahead and get married. It won't change you. There will never be any demands on you. You don't have to make any sacrifices. Just continue to do what you feel like you're doing. There is no cost. It's easy. Well, that would either be the worst kind of lie or the worst kind of marriage. You see, love costs. Love costs. Or imagine taking on a new job. And the boss comes to you on the first day and says, this is a low demand job. You do whatever you feel like doing. Don't worry about working overtime. You don't even have to really do anything you don't want to do. And it doesn't really matter what you do while you're on the job. You know what? That might feel like the ideal job for about a week. Until you realize this job is meaningless. It doesn't matter. It's easy, but it is insignificant. Because it doesn't make any demands. It doesn't make any difference. If we really care about something, we are willing to sacrifice for it. Carry costs. Carry costs. And I think that's what Jesus is getting at in our gospel lesson for today. These words are so harsh and so strong that they make us sit up on our seats. Is this really Jesus speaking? Do you think that I have come to bring peace to the earth? No, I tell you, but rather division. Jesus says, people in the same house will turn against each other. Father against son, mother against daughter, in-law will be against in-law. My coming will mean fights in the family. Anger, shouting, rejection, ejection, disowning. Be prepared for the cost, he says. Jesus told his followers that this was likely to happen, and it did. This is no empty, easy faith. Just as love costs, just as caring costs, Christianity costs. It costs emotionally, physically, mentally, financially, spiritually. It is not easy. And it is not easy because it is important. Now, and I don't mean that Christianity just costs us financially, although it does that. It challenges us, though, in all parts of our lives. In some ways, the financial part is the easiest of all. I mean, we write a check and we work around it. Maybe scrimp a little bit here and there, go without meals for a few weeks, sell one of the kids, something easy like that. Okay? But the more difficult ones are the internal ones. Allowing Christ to change our lives. Not only what we think, but what we do, how we act, how we interact with people, how we react to people. Even those little expressions of faith, those little expressions of thanks that occur, like writing a note to someone who is in the hospital. It is fairly easy to write a check, but it is awfully difficult not to write someone off, but to love them instead. It is pretty easy to put an envelope in the offering plate, but it is much more demanding to put a person in your prayers day after day after day. It may be a struggle to pull out a 10 or a 20, but it is nothing like the struggle to pull out the patience it takes to turn the other cheek. It is not too difficult to make a pledge, but it is terribly difficult to make a commitment to forgive. Christ doesn't ask for our money. Christ asks for our lives. Body, mind, soul, and strength. And that includes everything that we have. Those early Christians learned that Christ's call can even mean giving up their families. Even means giving up their life. This is no easy faith. Christianity costs. And money is the least of it. But then, I don't know of anything that I really care about, whether it be family, friends, the church, or my faith, anything that I really care about that doesn't ask something of me in return. I don't know of anything that really matters to me that doesn't sometimes make demands on me, sometimes cost me. I don't know of anything that I hold dear, that I really love, that I wouldn't sacrifice for. Do you? And all of God's people said,